Welcome to the Crochet Hangout. I'm Kendra, and today we'll be making the chocolate box mat. This mat is ideal for a bathroom or anywhere you want to put a little love under your feet. The cotton yarn used for this project is durable, absorbent, and washable. The center of the mat includes a special surprise, a filet crochet heart, similar to the special treat found inside of a chocolate in a heart-shaped box. The required materials for this pattern include 5 balls of cotton yarn. In the case of the mat pictured here, we used 3 balls of shades of rust, 1 ball of rust, and 1 ball of ecru. All of those were peaches and cream yarn. For today's sample, however, we will be using 3 skeins of Lily Sugar and Cream in the colorway Countryside Ombre. We will also use 1 skein of Peaches and Cream in the colorway Rosemary. And finally, for color C, we will use 1 skein of Peaches and Cream in the colorway Dark Gray. You will also need a hook to complete this project. I've used a size K 6.5 millimeter. This is an ergonomic, squishy handled hook, but a plain metal hook will be just fine as well. You're going to be looking for a gauge of 10 double crochet stitches equals 4 inches, and 5 double crochet rows equals 3 inches. Now, gauge is not terribly important with this pattern unless you are very particular that that is the size mat you are looking for. I would suggest you use whichever size hook gets you even stitches and allows your yarn to lay flat. This entire pattern is going to be worked holding your yarn double. You're also going to need a tapestry needle to weave in your ends at the end. To get your own printable PDF copy of the chocolate box mat, head over to crochethangout.com. At crochethangout.com, you'll find patterns, tutorials, and more. There are 2 special stitches required for this pattern. The first is a beginning increase, which is created with a chain 3 and a double crochet in the same stitch. The other special stitch is an increase, which is 2 double crochets worked in the 3rd chain of a turning chain. The entire mat is worked with your yarn held double. If you would like to achieve doubled yarn from a single ball, which is my preference, work from the inside and outside tails of your ball held simultaneously. To do this, you are going to remove your wrapper and you're going to put your finger on the inside and feel around. You're going to try and find your tail. So I found my outside tail. I'm then going to pull from the center till I find my inside tail. I'm going to just hold these tails together. And there you go. You have doubled yarn, and you'll just keep working it out of the ball from the inside and outside simultaneously. If you find that your yarn is not close in color or is not from the same dye lot, then you may not want to use this strategy. But if your balls all come from the same dye lot and are relatively close, it makes it a little easier on the yarn management front. And when it comes to your B and C colors that each only have 1 ball, it enables you to get your doubled yarn from that single ball without any waste. So we're going to begin with color A, which for the sake of this pattern is our variegated Countryside Ombre. We're going to begin with a slip knot, wrapping the yarn around our finger, sliding the hook underneath, drawing up a loop, and pulling it tight. Now that we're attached to our hook, we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to want to try and keep your stitches kind of loose. With the doubled yarn, it can get a little bound up, especially in the chain spaces if you don't put some thought into it. This chain 4 counts as a double crochet here and throughout the rest of the pattern. You're going to put 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, making sure that both the front and back loop are on top of your hook. You're going to draw up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook for your first double crochet. Then we're going to put our second in that same space, yarn over, slide in, making sure we have both loops, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook. So we have 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and row 1 is complete. Now that we've completed row 1, we're going to turn our work. Row 2 begins with the beginning increase, which is a chain 3 and a double crochet in that same stitch. Then we are going to double crochet in the next stitch, then we're going to do another one of our special stitches called an increase, which is going to be 2 double crochets into the 3rd chain of this turning chain. So 1, 2, we're going to turn our work. We're going to begin row 3 with a beginning increase, which is a chain 3 and a double crochet in that same stitch. Making sure that you get all the plies of both of your yarns. Then you're going to put a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. At the beginning, working with the yarn doubled, it can be a little difficult, but the yarn starts to kind of play nicely with itself usually after a little while and starts to almost act like one loosely plied yarn. Then you're going to end row 3 with an increase, which is going to be 2 double crochets in this 3rd chain of your turning chain. And we're going to turn our work. Row 4 begins with a beginning increase. And a double crochet in the next 5 stitches. And we're going to end with an increase in our final stitch. Now we've turned our work. Row 5 is going to begin with a beginning increase. Then we're going to work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Next, we're going to work 2 double crochets in the next stitch. This is just helping to increase and shape our heart, which is kind of growing, as you can see. Our next step is going to be to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the next. A single double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to end with an increase, which is 2 double crochets in the 3rd chain of our turning chain. and we're going to turn our work. Row 6 is going to also begin with a beginning increase, a double crochet in our next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. Next, you're going to work 2 double crochets in the next stitch, one double crochet in the next, and we're going to end with that increase in our turning chain. Like I've said before, remember to stay very relaxed. The cotton yarn can bind up a little, especially doubled, if you don't stay relaxed. Row 7 is going to begin with a beginning increase, then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 15 stitches and an increase at the end of the row. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 8. Now I've turned my work and I'm ready to begin row 8. We're going to start with the beginning increase. And we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 13 stitches. If you lose track along the way, or if you want to be extra sure, just count your stitches before you do the next thing. Okay, then we're going to work 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to complete our row with our increase, which is the 2 double crochets into our turning chain. And we're going to turn our work and begin row 9. This is going to begin with our beginning increase, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. Then we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 21 stitches and end with our increase and turn. I will meet you at the beginning of row 10. Row 10 is going to begin with our beginning increase, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. Then we are going to put 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 19. Then we put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, one double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to end with our increase. And we turn our work. For row 11, we begin with our beginning increase, We're going to put one double crochet in each of the next 27 stitches, end with our increase, and turn. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 12. 12 begins at the beginning increase, which is just a chain 3, and double crochet into that same space. Next, we're going to put a double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Then we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 25 stitches. I'll meet you at that point to finish off our row. Once your 25 double crochets are completed, you're going to put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, one double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to end with our increase. Next, we're going to turn our work and begin row 13. Row 13 begins with our beginning increase, then you're going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch for the next 33 stitches, ending with an increase and turning. I will meet you at the beginning of row 14. Row 14 begins with the beginning increase, then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 31 stitches. I'll meet you at that point to finish out our row. Our 31 double crochets are complete. We're going to put 2 double crochets in this next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and finally we're going to end with our increase. And we're going to turn our work and begin row 15. This begins the first row of our filet crochet section. So we're going to begin with a beginning increase, double crochet in the next 19 stitches. As you can see, we're getting near to the end of our first ball of yarn, which means that we're probably a little over a third of the way through the main color. And actually, I'm going to pull out a stitch. We're going to go ahead and, with about this much left, we're going to add our next ball of yarn in. The way we're going to do this, I have my yarn all ready with the yarn doubled. So I'm going to put my hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops on my hook. At this point, I'm going to take my new yarn, yarn over, and pull this through the last 2 loops of the stitch. Then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm just going to double crochet right over these edges to work them right into my mat. This will hold them good and secure. You see, you can hardly even see where I made the change. Now I'm going to go through, I kind of lost track of where I was at, so I'm going to check where I'm at in this row. So beginning, crochet, increase, then we're going to double crochet 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. I think that's enough of going over those. I'll just clip those ends off when I'm done. I think that was my 19th double crochet. I'm going to check real quick. I'm going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet in the next 19 stitches to the end of our row. We're going to make an increase and turn to begin row 16. I will meet you at the beginning of row 16. Now we're at the beginning of row 16, which begins with our beginning increase. Next, we're going to double crochet in the next 18 stitches. I will meet you at that point. Now that our 18 double crochets are completed, we are going to go ahead and work a sequence of chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet 3 times. So we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet the first time through the sequence. Then we're going to do it again. Chain 1. In this case, the stitch that we're skipping is the chain space. Double crochet. Then we're going to do it again. Chain 1, skip, double crochet. The next instruction in row 16 is to double crochet 17 times, end with our increase, and turn. I will meet you at the beginning of row 17. Row 17 is going to begin with our beginning increase. Then we're going to go ahead and double crochet in our next 17 stitches. I'll meet you at that point. Once you've completed your 17 double crochets, you're going to go ahead and chain 1, skip a space, and double crochet. We're going to do that 5 times. So we're going to chain 1, skip this stitch, double crochet. We're going to repeat that sequence. Chain 1, this time we're going to skip the chain, double crochet. Repeat the sequence again. Chain 1, skip the chain space, double crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain space, double crochet. And once more. Chain 1, skip the stitch, double crochet. That should leave us with 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we are going to double crochet in the next 16 stitches and perform our increase and turn. I will meet you at the beginning of row 18. Row 18 is going to begin with our increase one more time. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 16 stitches. I'll meet you at that point. Now that our 16 stitches are completed, we're going to work through a sequence of chain 1, skip a space, double crochet. So chain 1, we're going to skip this stitch, double crochet. We're going to repeat this sequence 7 times. Chain 1, skip, double crochet. 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 And chain 1, skip, double crochet. as you can see, our heart center is starting to shape up right here, just like the nuts in the center of a chocolate. So to finish off row 18, we're going to double crochet in the next 15 stitches and end with an increase and turn. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 19. Row 19 is going to begin with a chain 3. Then we're going to double crochet in the next 17 stitches. Since this chain 3 counts as our first stitch, our next stitch is going to go in the top of this stitch right here. And we're going to work 17 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end of that section. Now we're going to work through our sequence of chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. We're going to work through it 7 times. Chain 1, skip, double crochet, 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 chain 1, skip, double crochet. To finish off this row, you're going to double crochet 16 more times and then double crochet once in the 3rd chain of the turning chain here at the end. Then turn your work. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 20. Row 20 is going to begin with a chain 3. And then we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. We're going to complete this by yarning over, going into this next stitch and drawing up a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2 loops on our hook. Then yarn over into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on our hook. That's going to leave 3 loops. Yarn over through everything left on our hook. That completed our double crochet 2 together. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 15 stitches. I will meet you at that point. So as you can see, the double crochet 2 together begins the shaping of the upper part of our heart. In the same way, our fillet heart in the center is going to begin to shape in as well. So now that we've double crocheted 15, we're going to do our chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet, but we're only going to do it 3 times. So we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip, double crochet, chain 1, skip, double crochet. At this point, we are going to double crochet into the chain 1 space right here. Now that we've double crocheted into that chain space, we're going to do our sequence in reverse. So this time we're going to double crochet, chain 1, skip a space, double crochet, chain 1, skip a space. We're going to complete that 3 times. So double crochet, chain 1, skip a space, double crochet, chain 1, skip a space, double crochet, chain 1, skip a space. Then we're going to continue. At this point, we're just going to double crochet in the next 15 stitches. Go ahead and complete that, and I'll meet you. To complete row 20, we're just going to do our double crochet 2 together again. We're going to begin by yarning over, going into the next stitch and drawing up a loop. Yarn over through 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert in the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over through the 3 remaining loops. And we're finally going to end with a double crochet into the top of our turning chain. And that finishes off row 20. We're just going to turn our work and move on to row 21. Row 21 begins by chaining 3. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 18 stitches. I'll meet you at that point. When our 18 stitches are completed, we're just going to go ahead and chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet in the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, this includes going right across the chain 1 spaces, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then once more, we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and we're going to double crochet in the next 18 stitches. And then we're going to finish off with a double crochet in the 3rd chain of our turning chain and turn our work. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 22. Row 22 is going to begin with a chain 3. And then we're going to double crochet 2 together. And draw up a loop, draw through 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn through 2 loops on our hook. There should be 3 loops left. We're going to yarn over, go through everything left on our hook. Now, as you can see, we finished our filet crochet heart in the center. So for the rest of row 22, we're going to double crochet across the next 41 stitches. Then we're going to complete a double crochet 2 together and put our final stitch, a double crochet, into the 3rd chain of the turning chain. Then turn our work. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 23. Row 23 is going to begin with a chain 3. And then we're going to double crochet 2 together. And we're going to follow that by double crocheting in the next 39 stitches across, double crocheting 2 together, and finishing off row 23 with the double crochet in the top of the turning chain. Then you're going to turn your work. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 24. Row 24 is going to begin with a chain 3. Then we're going to double crochet 2 together. And work 37 double crochets across our row, ending with a double crochet 2 together, and finally a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. We're going to turn our work, and then we'll begin the shaping for the upper portions of our heart. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 25 to explain to you how we're going to go about shaping our heart. Now row 25 is going to begin the shaping for our heart. So we're going to work the right side to a certain point and leave the rest of the stitches unworked. Finish the shaping, then reconnect our yarn, work the left side, and then do an edging. So to begin row 25, we are going to chain 3. Then we're going to double crochet 2 together. Next, we're going to double crochet in the next 14 stitches. Next, we're going to double crochet 2 together. And finally double crochet in our next stitch. We're going to turn our work, leaving the rest of these stitches unworked. We'll deal with them later. 26 is going to begin with a chain 3. Then we're going to double crochet 2 together. Then we're going to double crochet the next 2 stitches together. Now we're going to double crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. Next, we're going to double crochet 2 together. And we're going to end our row with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. Finally, we're going to turn our work. And we're ready to begin row 27. Row 27 begins by chaining 3, double crochet 2 together, and then you're going to double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So we're going to double crochet 2 together, followed by another double crochet 2 together. And we're going to end our row with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. We're going to turn our work and complete row 28, which is going to be the last row of our heart. We're going to chain 3 and then do a double crochet 2 together. At this point, we're going to do a new stitch called a double crochet 3 together. It is the same as a double crochet 2 together, only thing is we're going to do it across 3 stitches, turning these 3 stitches into 1. So yarn over, insert your hook in the first stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over through the first 2 loops, leaving 2 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over, insert in the next stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over through the first 2 loops on your hook. Now you have 3 loops left. Then we're going to yarn over and insert in the third stitch, drawing up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook. You have 4 loops remaining. You're going to yarn over and go through everything on your hook. So we've taken those 3 stitches on the bottom and made them 1 stitch on the top. Now we're just going to complete another double crochet 3 together. Inserting in our first stitch, drawing up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert in the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over into the third stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2 loops on your hook. With 4 loops on your hook, you're just going to yarn over and go through everything on the hook. Next, we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. And we're going to end row 28 with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. At this point, we're going to fasten off by yarning over and pulling through the loop. We're going to pull that tight, and then we're going to go ahead and trim our yarn here. So as you can see, I've completed the trimming of my yarn and I've woven in my ends. So now we're going to pick up the left side of our heart at row 25 where we left our stitches unworked. You're going to find your last stitch of the right side of the heart. We're going to leave 1 stitch completely empty. We're just going to go ahead and stick our hook into that next stitch. We are going to grab our yarn, remembering to make sure that it's doubled, and we're going to draw up a loop. We're just going to stick that tail to the back, yarn over, and pull tight. That's going to be our slip stitch to join our yarn to the heart. I'm going to chain 3. And the next stitch is going to be a double crochet 2 together. Once you've completed that, you're going to double crochet in the next 14 stitches, complete a double crochet 2 together and end row 25 for the left side with a double crochet in the top of your turning chain. I will meet you at the beginning of row 26 for the left side of your heart. Now we've turned our work, we're ready to begin left row 26. We're going to begin by chaining 3, then we're going to double crochet 2 together. Next, we're going to double crochet in the next 10 stitches, double crochet 2 together, and end our row with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. Then turn our work. I'll meet you at the beginning of left row 27. Now that our 10 double crochets are complete, we're going to work 2 double crochet 2 togethers. So we're going to start with our first one right here. And our second one, just shaping that heart. And we're going to finish off this row with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. Turning our work, we're going to move on to left row 27. We're going to begin by chaining 3. And once again, we're going to work 2 double crochet 2 togethers. Next, we're going to double crochet in the next 7 spaces. In the next stitch, we're going to work a double crochet 2 together. And we're going to finish this row off with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. We're going to turn our work once again and work the final row of the left side of our heart, row 28. We're going to begin by chaining 3. We're going to double crochet 2 together. And then once again, we're going to work 2 of our double crochet 3 togethers. So there's 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch. There's 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through everything. Now on to the next. Double crochet 3 together. There's 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over through everything on the hook. Now we're going to put a double crochet 2 together in the next stitches. 1, 2 stitches, and we're going to end with a double crochet in the top of our turning chain. Now we're just going to yarn over and pull through our loop to fasten off our yarn. At this point, you can just go ahead and grab your scissors and clip your yarn. We're going to weave in all of our ends at this point and clip all the areas where we changed our yarn balls. We've completed our work with our main color A. It's time to move on to our edging in our color B, in this case the rosemary, which could be 2 rows of edging. And as you can see, I can barely fit the mat in the frame at this point, and it's a little cumbersome to work with. So I decided I would go ahead and complete the 2 rows of edging and just talk you through the process. I think it will make a little more sense this way. So also a good time to remind you that if you haven't already, you're going to want to head over to www.crochethangout.com to get your own free printable copy of the pattern, which does lay these numbers out in case you are having difficulty following along or would just like to see the numbers in print. Basically what we're going to do in the first row of our edging color B is put 2 half double crochets into each row of stitching with a few adjustments here and there. So what you're going to do is count up to row 14, slip stitch to join your yarn, chain 2. Then you're going to work 27 half double crochets evenly from that point down to the tip of the rug. Then you're going to put 3 half double crochets in the tip stitch, and you're going to evenly work 54 half double crochets around this long side of your mat. Along the top, these top 5 stitches, you're going to put 2 half double crochets into each of the 5 stitches. Then you're going to work 8 half double crochets down the inside of the right side of your heart. You're going to go all the way to the bottom stitch. Then you're going to half double crochet 3 together using that stitch that you just made, the open stitch that you left between the sides of the heart, and the bottom of the left side of your heart. Then you're going to put 8 half double crochets going up the inside of the left side of your heart. You're going to put 2 half double crochets in each of the 5 stitches along the top of the left side, and then you're going to evenly work 27 half double crochets down the side and slip stitch in your initial chain 2. At this point, we're going to do our second round where you're going to chain 3. You're going to double crochet 27, which is basically going to go down this side. You're going to do 2 double crochets 3 times around your point here. And then you're going to double crochet 54 stitches up the side and around. After your 54 double crochets, you're going to do a sequence of 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to do that 5 times along this top section. Then you're going to double crochet 8 stitches down the inside of your right heart, and you're going to double crochet 2 together at this bottom part. You're going to double crochet 8 going up the left side, and then we're going to use the sequence 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 5 times along the top of your left side. And you are going to put 27 double crochets going down this side. You're going to join it with a slip stitch. At this point, you can go ahead and fasten off color B by yarning over and pulling through your loop, and you can trim your yarn. You can also go ahead at this point and weave in both ends of color B. Go ahead and attach color C, which is in this case our dark gray. And again, because of the cumbersome nature of the mat, I went ahead and did rows 3 and 4, and I'm just going to explain to you what that entails. You go ahead and in the same stitch that you ended your green, you're going to slip stitch color C, which is your gray. You're going to chain 1 and single crochet 27. Then you're going to repeat the sequence 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet 3 times, which gets you around this curve here. You're going to single crochet in 53 stitches. Then you're going to repeat the sequence 2 single crochet 2 5 times, and that's going to get you along this upper portion. You're going to go down and do 7 single crochets. You're then going to do a single crochet 2 together right here to help bring your heart together. Then you're going to single crochet 7, and then we're going to work the sequence single crochet 2 single crochet 5 times along the top of this side. And you're going to finish off with 27 single crochets to meet where you began and slip stitch. Then you're going to, for row 4, chain 4. This counts as a double crochet plus your chain 1. You're going to skip a stitch, then repeat the sequence, double crochet, chain 1, skip stitch 15 times, which gets you these lacy looking bits. Do that 15 times till you get down here when you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch in the tip of your heart. You're going to then repeat the sequence, chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet 42 times to bring your lacy bit up and around your heart. You're then going to do a chain 1, skip stitch with a double crochet 2 together at this midpoint up here, and then we're going to repeat our sequence, chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet 26 times around here, ending with a chain 1 and then a slip stitch into the third chain of your beginning chain 4. At this point, you're going to fasten off and weave in all of your ends. You may notice that your mat is not completely flat. This has something to do with the doubled nature of the yarn. If when you're doing your outer layer you find that it's particularly bad, you can add additional chains between your double crochets to help it lay a little flatter. You may also find that washing and drying your mat will help to relax your stitches, which can be inhibited from relaxing, especially with the doubled yarn. And this yarn is also cotton, so if you feel the need, you could always iron it. And here we have our completed chocolate box mat. For the printable pattern, tutorials, and more, please visit www.crochethangout.com. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time. Bye!